everyone knows Germany's monarchist path, the one where you reform the central powers, revive Austria-Hungary, and put monarchy back in fashion. But of course, we're not looking at that path today, because Germany actually has two monarchist paths, and the other one is a bit of a downgrade. Nevertheless, let's begin. Well, here we go again. As many of you will know, this week I did a video on August von Mackensen and his traits, so there isn't much ground I need to cover again today. So I'll just try and get this out of the way as quickly as I can. Oh, but what do you know? 38 divisions? You know me so well, Hoi4. Thank you very much. There we go, looks good enough for me. Luckily my tanks aren't in the south this time. Let's go. There we go, 2 encirclements for the price of 1. Already. There we go, Berlin. Pretty good. Keep going. Nice, that's a nice little encirclement there. Right, get those final VPs. Come on, hurry up. And there we go. The first problem has been solved. So all in, it took us until June 36 to get this done. But apparently some people think that should be faster. But oh well. We've been left with 14 divisions. And big surprise, next up, revive the Empire. And now it's one of my favourite focuses, rebuild the nation. Minus 50% consumer goods factor. If nothing else with the next DLC, I hope that this focus gets nerfed into the ground, because it's ridiculous. Just compare it to the Soviets version, which is minus 3% for 540 days. Yeah, this is stupid. This shouldn't exist. But hopefully in a month's time, it'll be no more. Perfect. 41%, and now the Kaiser can return. Oh, and Denmark... Alright, I get the hint. We've lost the Hindenburg. How unfortunate. Guangxi Clique, Shaanxi, Xinjiang, Yunnan, Denmark. Oh, and India. You know, just a casual load of events all at once. Also pretty normal, to be fair. That does happen a lot. Well, well. Look who it is. He's back. Hi, Wilhelm. I know I could have done like the trick or whatever to try and invade the Netherlands, get the Dutch East Indies and whatever for free, but I'm not really doing that sort of nonsense today. But anyway, next up we can finally begin the path we're actually talking about today, by expatriating the communists. The funny thing about this focus is, I don't think France can actually flip communist via referendum. I'm fairly certain it's disabled for them. So the only way they can actually flip ideology is via an election event, which only happens a few times a game, and if they do something like force the issue. But of course, France can lock themselves out of flipping if they do review foreign policy. So it's kind of on the AI now for what happens next. I know there is the thing where if you go alt history as Germany, the rest of the game will try and compensate, but France failing to flip communist is a known bug on the Hoi4 forums. So, yeah. Might be a bit of a mess today. Oh well. Oh, by the way, here's something funny. Paul Volbeck here is actually affected by things like inventive leadership, theatre training and whatever. So, when we recall him, he should have an extra trait. There we go, Invader. Just a little tip for you if you want to make this general a tiny bit better. But there we go. 19% support and they're on their way out. So next up is to accept British naval dominance. Normally I would say having minus 20% dockyard output is annoying, but that's kind of the point of this focus, so there's nothing wrong with it. Good, and finally we can get an alliance with the Shade. Sorry about the thing that happened 20 years ago. You want an alliance? Probably not. They, don't really like us, despite the fact we accepted naval dominance. So normally at this point you'd probably be doing Anschluss and the like. This time, we just join the Allies. I'm glad that actually happened, because obviously a focus like this can fail. And I didn't even improve relations with the UK. But there is something that does annoy me about this path, like, this and the next focus are entirely dependent on the AI. And yeah, that's kind of annoying. At this point, I am just going to have to be tapping my fingers, waiting, and hope that France actually flips. But I mean, they are doing strength in union, so maybe they'll do it? Oh, come on! So, because Lithuania declared on, Poland, Danzig for guarantees just got bypassed. That's funny. Thanks, Lithuania. Thanks. I'd justify on you if I could, but I'm in a democratic faction, so sucks to be me. Well, it's good news. Looks like France is actually going to force the issue. Well, there we go. The French Commune is in town. And now it's time for us to do this for Alsace and French colonies. It is funny how this talks about petitioning Britain for colonies and stuff, but all it actually does is gives us war goals. I think when this gets reworked, it will actually be something like an event chain for colonies and stuff, because that makes more sense. Up to potentially 104 divisions for France. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can't get a naval invasion off without Britain, but I'm fine with calling them in. Oh, no. Annoyingly, though, we have to deal with France's subs. But hey, we actually made landfall immediately, thanks to Cherbourg. That's good. So now let's do bypass Maginot in the south. 28 days and a war goal on Switzerland. And yeah, we actually have to be at war for this, so let's go. Oh yeah, before I forget, I also have France's cipher. May as well use it. And thank you for Paris. Again though, no disjointed government, still got a long way to go. So let's encircle La Rochelle. Right, we've got that, so yeah, why not? Support them, and sorry, but it has to be done, Switzerland. It just has to be. I honestly might call in Britain just so I can get some more help in terms of sea. Because, yeah, I can't deal with that supply for long. Britain, at the very least, can give us some extra support there. And maybe some air as well, now that I think of it. But, you know, if you don't want to call them in, I think you could win without this. I'm just more in a, why not? Why not? How long to go? Not long. There we go. And Bordeaux has been encircled. Also going to try and encircle the Pyrenees. Don't see any reason not to. There we go. Nice. How much did Britain get from destroying planes? Not as much, actually. They mostly got it from destroying enemy ships. Yeah, hey Paradox, do you mind nerfing this? This is a bit stupid. Britain does not deserve this much war score from destroying ships. But oh well, let's see what we can get. Obviously we're going to get Alsace, but considering what this actually wants us to do, let's try and get a load of colonies as well. Oh shit. Oh dear, that's entirely my fault. What's happened is I've given Britain that, and I can't dispute it because I gave it. Whoops. Screw it, let's make tension as high as we can, and maybe we can take that off them in time. That is entirely my fault. I didn't need to do that. Whoops. I know some people are interested to see when Hoi4 YouTubers mess up, and there you go. That is like the definitive example. Oh, yeah, yeah, of course, as well. I was hoping to puppet. Again, we're in the Allies. We can't do that. Damn, that's really annoying. And let's see what utter disaster I've made. The Raj took a state? Oh yeah, of course, French India. Britain 17, and literally nothing has changed in France. Although, funnily enough, they're going to do loyalty to Moscow. Oh well. Still got Switzerland to deal with, and let's deal with it as quickly as we can. In those guys. Obviously, the main problem with Switzerland is their goddamn thing where we have to take literally everything before they capitulate. Which is annoying. But oh well. Oh, just a casual load of divisions encircled in there, and now it's just Lugano to go. Does anyone actually like fighting Switzerland these days? I don't think anyone does. But oh well, we've made it to the final tile. Lake Lugano itself. Now hurry up. Come on. And just as France joins the Comintern, Switzerland is done. May as well just take the lot. But yeah, I think I might have to clean up the mess I've made, don't you? Yeah. I don't like this looking like this. This is a complete mistake. I would love to kick the UK out, but nah. I can just do this. No, I can actually ask to join the faction. And justify. At least with this, I can now do things like ideological defences and form the pact, so yeah, I guess that's something. But this is obviously not the intended way to play this at all. Big surprise, I know. There we go, we now have 180 ships. Still not as many as Britain. But if I wanted to, I could just get military access from them and do the guaranteed naval invasion exploits. But let's see what happens. Let's see. Right, I'm sure this will go perfectly. Actually, it did. Huh. Guess getting France's fleet gave us just enough. Annoyingly, it looks like, coincidentally, the unit going for Hull got pinned. Shit. You saw that, right? I have no divisions over there. Right, let's take down Britain before Poland capitulates us. Yeah, I should have just taken London, but I wanted to encircle that unit much more. Huh, I'd call that a good price. Well, Poland's just joined. I was actually worried about Danzig for guarantees for a second, but I don't think that's going to matter, ironically enough. And Poland joined just to lose. But hey, I can finally take Alsace. Yeah, let's take all of Poland. They were very rude. But I think I'll puppet the rest. So, puppet, rights, reps. And repeat that a couple of times. Nice. I even left the UK with most of the stuff I gave them because I'm just so nice. But there we go. We can now reinstate imperial possessions. And what a nonsensical way we went about doing that. And there we go. All of that just to rename Strasbourg and Mulhouse. So, where does this leave us with this path? Is it worth it? No, of course it isn't. Just look at it. It's only 5 unique focuses long. And pretty much everything it has is done better by other paths. Break the Anglo-French colonial hegemony is better than pretty much everything this path has to offer. Purely because I don't have to wait for anything. I can do this focus whenever I want. Britain and France don't have to flip ideology, I don't have to wait for tension, nothing. But here's the thing as well. My main problem with this path is that to get the most enjoyment out of it, you basically have to ignore everything this path actually gives you. Like, if I was playing intentionally, I'd still be in the Allies, Poland would still be alive, and France wouldn't be an utter mess. But I'd be so bored, because I'd have nothing to do at this point. Sure, maybe the Soviets would eventually do something and I could go after them. But at that point, why wouldn't I just play the democratic path, the historical path, or the other monarchist path? There is nothing here that really deserves my time. Apart from, well, the elephant in the room. And I know many of you have been waiting for it, so no, Victoria and the Holy Roman Empire does not save this path. But that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's an Easter egg path. It's meant to be something that you do have to do a lot of contrived stuff to get, and that's okay. That is okay. I hope it stays that way, if I'm honest, cause the last thing I want is another Senor Hilta situation, where we have another shoehorned in path and achievements and all of that stuff. I don't want that. If it stays at Easter egg, that'd be great. That'd be great. I wouldn't shed a tear if this path got removed entirely, but if it gets redesigned and it's for the better, that can only be a good thing. So until next time everybody, I thank you for watching, do hope you've enjoyed it, and until we meet again, from me, Bubbles Zest. Goodbye.